Hi guys! So today I'm going to be doing another requested video because I'm trying to do as many requests as I possibly can, and I've been getting a lot of requests to do like an updated foundation routine with my Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua foundation, and also how I cover up the hyperpigmentation on my face, because if you've watched my skincare video then you know that I don't have perfect skin, and my biggest skin issue is hyperpigmentation left behind by acne. So that is my kind of acne scar issue that I'm dealing with. So whenever I get a breakout, it always leaves a dark mark behind, and these skincare products that I use help with that, but I also use certain makeup products to help cover up the hyperpigmentation. And this is a very natural looking foundation routine. When you see it in person, it's very natural and it doesn't look like you have a ton of makeup on your face, which is the coverage that I prefer. And I wear this on a daily basis if I am wearing makeup, and I also wear it at night. So it works for both day and night, in case you are wondering. And I am just so happy with this routine because it doesn't make me break out, and it covers up the issues that I'm concerned with, and it's just amazing. And this foundation is so amazing, and you guys will see the coverage that I get out of this foundation. I hope this helps you guys out. This is basically just my everyday foundation routine if I decide to wear makeup, and this is also how I cover up my acne scars. So you will see all the products that I use. I don't use too many, but they work really, really well. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into everything. Okay, so I have absolutely no makeup on my face right now, and I'm just gonna start off with my Urban Decay De-Slick Oil Control Makeup Setting Spray, which looks like this. And I like using this as a primer and a setting spray. So I'm just gonna shake it up and spray it on my face, and try not to get it in my mouth because it does not taste good. So I'm just gonna help this dry a little bit. Okay, so now that that is starting to dry, I'm going to use my Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua foundation. And I've talked about this so much and raved about it so much because I love it. I discovered this last year when I was in New York for IMATS, and my luggage got lost, so I had to use Fleur's makeup, or Fleur de Force here on YouTube. And she was using this foundation, and she still uses it to this day, and she was telling me how much she loved it, and I was a little bit skeptical about it. And then when I used it, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this, and went out and bought my own bottle that same day. So this is an amazing foundation. When you try it out in the store, when you test it out on your hand, don't be fooled by that, because when I first tested it out on my hand, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so thin, it's not going to give me enough coverage. But this foundation is seriously amazing with coverage, and I don't know how they do it because it gives amazing coverage, but it still looks really, really natural at the same time, which is what I love, because on an everyday basis, I don't want to look like I have, you know, tons of makeup on my face, especially during the day. I think at night you can definitely get away with more makeup, but during the day I really just want a more fresh and natural look. So this foundation is absolutely amazing, and I haven't found a formula that's better than this one, at least for my skin type, and I have very, very oily skin. So now that I've told you guys a little bit about this foundation, I'm going to shake it up, because you have to shake up this foundation to make sure that it's all mixed together. Otherwise, you're just going to get like a bunch of water. So you want to make sure that you shake this up. Another thing I love about this foundation is that it has SPF in it, and that's very important if you are dealing with hyperpigmentation or discoloration, any kind of discoloration on your face. It's really important to use SPF because that's going to prevent the sun from darkening up those marks on your face. So I'm dealing with hyperpigmentation from acne scarring, so this foundation really helps with just clearing up your overall complexion, and I do recommend wearing a sunscreen underneath your makeup as well. So I'm just going to take about like a pea-sized amount of this foundation into my hand like this, and I have a mirror down here, so if I'm looking down here, that's what I am looking at, just so I can make sure I'm putting this on my face evenly. I just kind of dot this across my face, so just like 5 little marks across my face, and then I just brush it in like this gently. And I find that this is the best way to apply this foundation, just using your fingers. Make sure that your hands are clean. That's the only thing you really need to look out for. Just make sure you have clean hands, and it just blends so evenly into the skin and is just really, really easy to work with. But you don't want to rub it, otherwise the foundation is just going to like rub off of your skin and it's not actually going to go into your skin. So I just kind of spread it across my face like this. Oh, and I didn't tell you guys, I wear the shade B20 just in case you are wondering. So just get this all over my face, and I'm starting to get a pimple up here and it hurts when I touch it, so I'm trying to like avoid it. Forehead pimples are always like super painful, I don't know why, and then whenever you try to express yourself it like hurts because you're like moving your forehead and it's always like right where the pimple wants to be. So that's what I'm dealing with currently, but hey, we all get pimples, it's a fact of life. So that is the foundation, and it's dry on my face, and I can't tell you guys enough how much I love this foundation. And if you're a little bit hesitant to try out new foundations, I would recommend going to the Chanel counter and asking for a sample, and then you can try it out without buying it, and then you can see if you like it and then go back and buy it if you like it. So as you can see, this foundation on its own provides really, really great coverage. I just have a little bit of discoloration peeking through, so that's why I like to go in with my NARS stick concealer. I wear the shade Medium 1 Custard, and I think these are like the same as the old stick concealers, they just repackaged them. But as far as I can tell, they're pretty much the same. Maybe these are just like a little bit creamier than the other ones were. But I just take this and I get a little bit on my finger and I just come in here and cover up any discoloration that's still peeking through. And I've used this concealer for so long. I just love the NARS concealers. I love the consistency of it, and I love the coverage that you get. You can really get away with using just this concealer on its own. Like if you really just want like a light makeup routine and you don't want to put on foundation, you could just wear this concealer, put a little powder over the top, or use a setting spray if you don't like using powder, and it works really, really well. But I like using the foundation just because I feel like it evens out my skin tone overall, and I think it just looks better. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go in here and then get the other side. This side is a little bit worse than this side, so I have a little bit more coverage. So now all of my scarring and hyperpigmentation is covered up, so I can move on into my under eye concealer, and I like using the Bobbi Brown Corrector. She also makes a concealer, but for everyday use I like using the Corrector just because it's lighter, and I feel like it adds like this brightening effect underneath the eyes that I really like. It's a salmon colored concealer. Whoops, hopefully that mirror didn't blind you guys. But this is the color Light Bisque. So I'm just going to pat this underneath my eyes, and this is an amazing corrector because it just covers up the darkest of circles, and I love it. I love, love, love it. So this is amazing if you are struggling with dark under eye circles, if you're not getting that much sleep, or if you just have a problem with coloring underneath your eyes. This is a great way to correct it. And this consistency is just so easy to work with. When you put it on your fingers, it just melts with the warmth from your hands, and it just works into your skin so nicely, and it doesn't cake or crease underneath your eyes. This is just the best under eye concealer that I have ever used, and that's why I just continue to repurchase it, because I haven't found anything better and I love it. So now to set everything, I'm going to use my D-Slick again, and I'm just going to shake it up. I'm going to put it on my face. Try not to get it on my mouth because it tastes, ooh, I did get a little bit in my mouth. And it just continues to go in my mouth. It's really bitter, so it does not taste good, but it's also something that you're not meant to eat. It's meant to go on your face, and usually I'm not talking while I'm putting it on, so it's a little bit different when I'm trying to do a tutorial with it, but it's still an amazing product, and it helps keep your makeup in place. And this is made by Skindinavia, so if you've used any of the Skindinavia sprays, it's basically the same thing. Or if you can't get a hold of the Skindinavia sprays, it's the same thing, because I've used Skindinavia and I've used this, and I haven't noticed a difference between the two. So amazing, amazing makeup spray. I feel like I need to follow up with a powder just because I have really, really oily skin. But if you're someone who has more normal skin, you can probably just get away with the setting spray instead of powder, especially if you have dry skin, because they have different formulas for different skin types. This one just happens to be for oily skin. So now I'm going to come in here with my all-time favorite powder, which is the Maybelline Dream Matte Powder. I wear the color Medium Sand. I've gone through so many of these, I can't even tell you guys, because this is like the only powder that I really, really like. It helps control the oils on my face, it doesn't break me out, and it also doesn't look really cakey on my face because it's a finely milled powder. So it just looks really natural and I love it, and I've recommended it to so many people. The only thing about it is that the packaging is a little bit strange. You kind of have to get used to it because the mirror like twists up instead of you like lifting it up and then the mirror is right there. So that can be a little bit weird if you're like trying to like do this for application. It's kind of like strange to like open this up and then the mirror is right there. But I mean, the product's amazing, so I don't really care. But I'm just gonna use my Revlon Kabuki brush and I just get a little bit on there, and then I'm just going to pat a little bit all over my face. Okay, so that is it for my foundation routine, and I have a full face of makeup on now because I did a tutorial for this look. So if you would like to see all of the makeup that I am currently wearing, how I applied it and everything, I will link the video down below so you guys can go and watch that. But I think that is it for today, and I really, really hope this helped you guys out, especially if you are struggling with a similar skin issue, because I know how hard it can be to struggle with your skin. So yeah, I hope you all are having a fantastic day, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!